Hello everyone and welcome back to Banished in the town of Folsonville. Radio with you here, and as you can see by this lovely arrow, this is my favorite sight when it is hovering over my woodcutter. We have reached our cap of 1500 again. I am going to go ahead and we're going to up this cap to 2000. See what they can do with that. Let's let the game play. But in the meantime, that means that we can come in here, take our inventory, and because we have 1500, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this back to 1200. And that'll be good. And let us also take a look and see what do we have in the way of herbs. 474. We still don't have a ton. I don't want to take any more than that right now. It took us a while to build up the stash of herbs last time, and while they're handy, it's not really a huge necessity. As long as we're producing good quantities of firewood, we're going to be okay. We don't have to worry about that a whole lot. But you can look at that stockpile. Boatload of firewood, lots of logs, even a lot of stone because, as you remember from last episode, we're tearing down this area right here. So we have some stone coming in, and that's going to help us build to our newer areas, and I'm not sure quite where I want to go with that yet. What did we need for this? We don't need stone, we need a little iron, and I don't think we have any. And we do not, and we're not running low on iron tools, but I think the time has come. If I take all the builders off, I think we're going to have to, as much as I don't want to, I think we're going to have to get the iron mine back and running again because we need it. So let's see here. How many miners should we put in? How many can I spare? Let's do 6 and get you working, and hopefully get the smoke coming again, and hopefully we can get some iron coming in because I want to get moving with some other projects. And how are we doing with the cemetery? Now, I do know that eventually the old graves, the oldest of the old graves, will go away and they'll make room for new ones. But I don't know at what point that has. We're going to find out soon enough because, of course, more people are dying. But we're going to find out soon enough, and because we may have to make another cemetery or two to make sure that the people are healthy and happy. They're close. They're not quite where I want them to be, unfortunately. We did just pick up another laborer. That's good. And something else I discovered. Look at this. We have reached our limit for cows, which means we are now producing leather and beef, my friends. And how close are we on our sheep? We're so close. We have 21 of 25, and we're producing, 60 wool a season. Here comes a merchant to trade with us. So 60 wool seems like a good amount, especially because our tailor is working, and she hasn't complained once about being out of materials. We will check the supply in just a second. Let's see what he has to offer us. And then we're going to see how many warm coats we have. What does he have for us? He has just food. Thank you. No, sir. We don't need any food, but let's jump here. And we were looking at warm coats. We have 17. That's not a lot, but I wonder if they go to these coats before they go to hide coats. Because if you think about it, if you lived here, you would rather have a warm coat than a hide coat. So you would probably take the stash from the warm coat pile before you delved into the hide coats. So this will be a number to keep an eye on, but at least she's making them, and we're not having any problem, and we still have our cap at 150, so I don't see any problems in the near future with clothing at least. I can't explain why, but I would love to have an orchard down here. Let me look in to making one, and that's going to be right here. How big? Oh, look, somebody died. How big can we make an orchard? We can, let's see, 14, 15. So 15 by 15, they're the same size as regular food fields. I think that we're going to go ahead and plop an orchard here. And we're going to have a house here as well. We might move this one because right now it's not the full size it needs to be anyway. But I just feel like, I don't know, we'll go ahead and we'll grow the plums, I believe it was we have. We're going to put some plums there and make that happen. And look, she has reached her limit. No kidding, I want to see that for myself. I don't know why. Yeah, warm coats. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you why. Because the total limit is 150, not just warm coats to hide coats. So, 2 coats have gone down. We're going to let that go for now. It's interesting. Because we had 137, now we have 100. So I wonder if it's they go through these first, because yeah, that number didn't go down, this just did. Now she's building back up and she's at her limit. So it looks like they are going to take the warm coats. You know what we could do is we could probably let's take some of these hide coats. We're going to put them in and we're going to trade them off. We can trade them for something, I'm sure. Let's bring in 60 to start with. because I don't want to stress this tailor out too much, because I want to make sure we have enough coats to take care of the people. So, at any rate, where was I? Oh, yes. Hopefully, we'll get in here, and oh, they're already removing, that's good. I think we should probably build another bridge to go right here. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's get a road, and let's wrap it here, and that'll go right to there, and we'll get a bridge, and that's going to go right there, and then another road, and I think that was, here it was. I'm trying to make sure that it's lined up properly with what I had before it, so there we go, and I'll take that dirt road out a little bit. Matter of fact, we can bring that all the way out there, and that'll help speed up the process of clearing out this area. I imagine it's tough to have to build these roads in the middle of winter, but here they are, cranking away with pickaxe in hand, smacking it down, taking the resources, hauling them off. Here comes another one. What's your name? If I can... Krissa. Krissa's going to be at 55 years old. She's out here with a pickaxe, kicking butt and taking names, helping to make the road so they can quickly move from one place to another, so they can build things that are necessary. Like, we only have 17% of this removed. It'll go faster once they can get through here a little quicker, once this bridge is built. And we don't need much. We need a little stone, and we have the logs. We're doing real well with logs. I still will, at some point, wouldn't mind adding yet another forester, just because I like to have an excess of logs. And I'm watching my food just a little bit too, but we'll be okay. I know that we will. But as I was saying, I wouldn't mind to have an excess of logs, but once this bridge is built, that'll kind of speed things up, because you can see them making the trek all the way down. And I don't know where I want to put things in here just yet, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to be putting in roads there. Hopefully they'll be smart enough. Matter of fact, I can come down here, and I am going to prioritize this. They need to get on that. Somebody else died. We just lost one of our last laborers. If it's not one thing, it's another. We get just caught up. And I'm stretching them thin because I have miners going on. And how are we doing? We have iron here. It's sitting out, and we're producing. Last season we did 33. Hopefully this season we'll do much more. But we don't have any stored at all. It's all sitting here because we don't have enough laborers to move it around, even though a barn is fairly close. We've got other great stuff in here, but boy, I'll tell you, it's a bit of kind of well, it's really a bit of balance. You need to have one thing just so that the other thing will work just so. Well, thankfully we have another merchant coming down the pipe. I don't know if they're going to have what we need. I have taken off a couple of miners because I can see that we have food and resource sitting here, and it's not being collected because we don't have enough laborers. We really need to have the laborers. As much as I know we need the iron for things, namely tools, it just, unfortunately, we have to have people in order to do the tasks that are necessary, like collect the goods. Let's see what he has to offer. Pear seeds. Okay. Let's trade for some pear seeds, shall we? We've got those hide coats, and those are worth 15 apiece. Look at that. That's not bad. So let's trade all 60 of those. And let us... Did I take care of... Oh, you know, we replenished the logs. That's what happened. Let me pause the game real fast, because I don't want them... There we go. I don't want them replenishing the logs. I did that last time to get rid of the logs that we had in stock, and it didn't work. Stupid me. So let's put in 300 firewood here, and giving us our 25, and well, we actually need the seed to trade for, and bam, now we have pears. Let's go to our orders. Oh, we didn't even order pears from him. That was just, well, that's why it was so inexpensive. Let's go to our inventory now, though, and let's take our hide coats. We're going to get those to 0. We're going to take our logs to 0, and I'm going to leave this at 900 just for the time being. There we go, and I'll get the game going again. That way, again, as always, we're not stretching ourselves too thin. We can send him on his merry way. And now we have pear seeds, and if we look in here, trade items, we're starting to fill them in a little bit now. Now that we have some things to trade, when they show up, we can at least get some resources or get some seeds to trade, so we can start making more food, because we are yet a little lower than I would like to be. How did this do last year? 900 potatoes. That seems like a lot. By way of comparison, how would we do in cabbage? 840. That's still a lot. Okay. We should probably move this. There's no reason to not move it, because if we move it, we can get more food going on. I'm going to do another... Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Let's grab a crop field. We're going to go right here, up one, and we're going to go 15 by 15 out this way. There we go. And we'll get that going on, and then we're going to go ahead and... How many farmers do we have? We have only 6 of 9. So yeah, at some point, I think maybe we'll transfer this over, get that out of the way, and then we can hopefully sometime soon build another field so we can grow the... What is it? Corn. Yeah, corn, because you know what? Corn is what we can use, and apples to make our... well, to make the alcohol here, so... If we only had more iron, we have the stone necessary. We can get on that pretty soon. Let's check our bridge. Hey, it's done. Well, it's just a little bridge. Look at that compared to this one here. This is just a little bitty bridge, but it looks nice. And now they're able to get in here, and they are clearing this out. They're getting there, slowly but surely. I'm happy with that. We're getting there, and we're going to build another house here probably. Let me see, though. We've got hungry people. Why do we have hungry people? We have plenty of food. Going to get something to eat, are you? You know what? Where do you live? You live right down here, and you work in the mine. Why were you so far away? You must have been visiting friends or something. You should keep that in mind if you're hungry, because I don't want you to starve on the way to your house. Okay, at least there's food in the house. Boy, that scares me. Every time I see a little icon like that where it tells me that they're starving, I'm worried more about the hunger than I am the cold, so... How are we doing down here? There's a little family going on down here. They're doing just fine. They're producing. They're producing, and that's what we care about. Where was I? Oh, yes. I was going to check and see our overview. We have definitely more homes than families, so we've probably got some single people living. And apparently not in that row. And there we do. There we do. Okay, and some older people. So we can, at some point, start probably getting rid of some of these houses. Do we have anybody in the boarding house? Okay, no, of course not, and that's good. Nothing in inventory in the boarding house. I still like the boarding house. I don't know why. Probably could have moved some of this stuff, but you know what? Having some trees and some just natural-looking land in between isn't a bad idea either. Not everything has to be perfectly symmetrical, because then it just kind of looks fake. Let's see, we got another laborer and another student. Let's go ahead and up our builders by a few, and of course, you know, as soon as I do this, someone will die. But that's okay. Let's do that for now. How are we doing over here? Ah, good. They've cleared this out almost completely, and then we're going to build a house. I think I'm going to build a house right next to it. We don't need to have all these homes, I know. But I really enjoy the people being able to live close to where they work, and I know it helps with efficiency. So let's do that. Let's grab this road. Let's run it straight here and down like so, and we will connect it. And let's see how we're doing over here. Oh, the blacksmiths run out of materials again because, of course, we need iron. Look at the amount of deer who are unwittingly marching right into the territory of our hunting cabin. I don't want to spook them. I don't want to talk too loud. There's a whole row of them. And I wonder, are we going to see our hunter come out here and attack them? I'm kind of excited to see. I don't see anything happening yet. But I think it's a good sign that we have so many deer coming right through the area where our hunter works and lives. No, we have the herdsman out here. Okay, well that's fine too. But where is the hunter? I want to see him. I want to see him get the deer. I really do. Ah well. And we have a bunch up here too. So eventually, when we move north, we'll have plenty of wild game to hunt. That's for sure. And another merchant has arrived, who has iron. I would love some iron. It's going to cost me through the nose. What's that? 396. That's not terrible. We can definitely spare the firewood for that. So let's go in here and grab 99 firewood, and we'll go ahead and trade for the iron. That's good. And he is someone we have a standing order with, so we'll go ahead and we could do a purchase every time. But we're not going to just yet. When we have this town a little more established, we might even set up a purchase where he automatically, and I'll do it when he arrives, or trade for stone and iron using the firewood. So, but we've traded for what we need, and we can send him on the way. We have, I believe, plenty of firewood to spare, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the 900. Let's look at our inventory. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of firewood. I can even up that 900 if I want, and we probably will do that shortly. But for now, we're okay. I'm glad that firewood is being handled, because we had a problem with that, just like we did at food at one point, and we're a little lower on food than I want. But so, you know, to combat that, I think it's about time that we get this crop field going. Let's go ahead and let's put the corn over here. Let's set them to work, even though it won't happen until spring, and that's fine for now. We need more farmers, of course, because of that. Let's bring this to 10. Let's lower the amount of builders to 4. And let us go all the way back down here. And let's see what we've got going on here. Okay, we are ready to go. How's our house, though? I think I'll wait until this house is done being built. Then we'll go ahead and we will start putting in plums or pears, one of the two. I think we're going to do plums first, and then we can do pears. I wonder why we need so many farmers, because this should only take... Well, this can handle 2, but he's doing just fine by himself, I think. And, oh, the schoolhouse has reached its limit. Huh. Well, that's a good thing. That means that we're producing enough people, so let's build another school, shall we? And where should we put the second schoolhouse? Boy, you know how tempted I am to put it right next to the bar. I really, really am. I'm going to look at... What is it? It's the town service. Let's get a school. No. This one, yes. Book learning. Get the book learning going. Let's see how that'll look. It fits so well, too. I probably shouldn't have. It's probably a bad idea to put the school near the bar, but I really, really want to. How about if we got it over here someplace? We've yet to kind of establish a town square is the only issue with that. I have a feeling I'm going to have to move this further this way. I probably, knowing, you know, knucklehead me, should have put it right on the other side of the forester. That way they would have been even quicker to bring things back and forth. But I didn't do that, and that's my own damn fault. So I need another school. Doesn't have to happen right this second. I don't have to leave the game on pause, but I do have to get it going. You know what we could do is we could probably put it here. We could cancel this field. Let's do that. Let's take a look at that. At the very least, let's remove that. And let's remove this road, because I don't like it anyway. And where was I? School. We could put that right here as well. I don't want to have too many buildings facing the same way. You see how it's facing the same way as the barn. We could probably go back over here with it. I'm not quite happy with that. But I just don't know where I want to put the schoolhouse. Let's rotate here a little bit. Let's see, if we did one space off, I suppose that would be alright. I like to have what I call city buildings near other city buildings. It just looks nice, but I also want to kind of pack them in a certain way, and that doesn't, to me, look that great. What if we went over here somewhere? Do we have a space? We could definitely do that. We've got the one space in, but you know what? I think that's a winner right there. Should we back it up right to the cemetery? We could get a house in there if I do, I think. No. We'll go right off the road, just like that. There. New schoolhouse. Boy, you'd think that I'm planning the future of mankind just by the way that I take the time to make these damn decisions. Well, the house is built. We have a farmer and a student right here ready to go, so let's go ahead and let's plant our pears. Well, at least we will at the beginning of the season. It's late winter now, so as soon as spring, early spring hits, I think let's bounce this to 11. We have some excess laborers, and I'm afraid to say that because you know what happens every time I do, people die. But I think also it may put another orchard around here. I might even put it right here. I'm not sure just yet. Okay, but we do need more food coming in because we're hovering around the 5,000 mark. I don't want to be that low. Yes, it's a fairly high number, but I don't want to run the risks. Take a look. I know we're pretty well out here. What are we doing? 160 mutton, but 90 wool. That's good. So these don't produce quite as many foods as the cattle, because the cattle is putting out 800 beef. So a good way to combat... They don't take much to run. How many herdsmen do we have? We have like one apiece, right? We could have more. You know what? Let's Let's see what happens if we do have more, because they're so big, I bet you we could get more production from them. So let's try that out. And if that's the case, though, because they don't take a whole lot, we might go ahead and add another couple of passes and get more going on, because I'm picking it up, but I'm worried about atrocity happen where we lose them all because one gets sick, they all get infected, and it maybe jumps from one pen to the next pen and kills everything. So I want to combat that by making sure that I have a space, and I'm going to use, I think, this field to create that space. Can I get it to 20 before I hit this? Let's find out together. Let's get a pasture. Let's go down here, and I want to go one space over, and 20 by 20. Now, of course, that road's there, but we could do a 20 by 20 right there. We'd have to move our hunter, but I'm really okay with that. We can just move here because we're now finally starting to move, and we have the storage barn. Where's that storage barn? It's closer than where he has been traveling, which is all the way down here, and then to the market. And finished the schoolhouse. What happened? What happened is we need to hire somebody so we can have over here. I really am liking how this area over here. I may should have flushed it up, but that's okay. Again, we can have a little courtyard in front of the house where they can sit and wait outside while they're waiting to be treated, perhaps. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Let's take a quick look at our numbers. We have, well, look at that, guys. We broke 100. I wasn't even paying attention. Of course, our goal is 600. We have a long way to go, but we have broken into 101 citizens. We have more families than homes. You know what that means? We got to start building homes. That also means we're going to start that our very next episode. The blacksmith has reached his limit. Can't tell you how happy that makes me. But in the meantime, do me a favor, go ahead and leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think about Folsomville and how we're doing over here. If you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so. And we're going to see you next time for another episode of Banished.